Hello and welcome to Course UnPacked, where we unlock the different degree programs that Philippine universities offer. I am your host, Max Guanzon, and tonight, medyo different yung gagawin natin kasi hindi siya STEM course and hindi rin siya ABM course, hindi siya business course. It's actually our first time to be featuring a humanities and social science course. And to start, let's welcome our guest. What's your name, preferred pronouns, other information that you want to share, and from what degree program ka and from what university?
So, hello guys, I'm Hadrian Bucsit. So, my preferred pronouns are he and his. So, I'm from the UP Diliman CSSP BA Political Science. So, other information, I really am fond of watching basketball and I just finished my SEM. So,
Okay. So, Kuya Haids is actually a senior sa BA Pol Sci in UPD. So, to start, what's your describe your degree program in 2 to 3 sentences.
okay, so political science is the study of politics and its manifestations, policies, governments, public behavior, etc. So using different theories, approaches, levels of analysis, and practical implications, it seeks to understand and explain political events or actions.
Okay. What do you do in Pol Sci and describe a typical day as a Pol Sci student nung face-to-face pa and now during the online setup?
Okay, so nung face-to-face, I think it's pretty obvious na marami talaga kaming binabasa. So iba't ibang links, iba't ibang authors and approaches, iba't ibang books. Sometimes we go to libraries for copies that are not available digitally. Tapos sometimes we directly ask our profs for copies kasi yun talaga, dandun talaga yung essence ng Pol Sci, wherein you really have to read to understand and know yung concepts behind yung lessons na tinuturo. So, now, ngayong online, ganun pa din naman na tambak talaga kami sa reading. So, kailangan mahilig ka at least magbasa pag papasok ka sa Pol Sci. Since talagang hindi, kahit nagsasawa ka na magbasa, kailangan mo pa rin ituloy kasi delikado pag may recit bigla, hindi mo alam yung sasabihin mo. And importante na rin yun sa learning nyo para holistic and buo yung natututunan nyo.
Ayan. In a day, how many pages yung estimate mo na binabasa?
So, depende siya actually sa prof and sa subject. Pero kasi some subjects like yung political theories, talagang marami yon. Pero yung ibang case studies na naka-specify na yung context, mas maikli siya usually. Pero in general, I think per subject, masaya na ako sa 15 pages per day. Masaya na ako doon. Pero minsan may mga readings kami na for one session, parang 50, 60 pages, ganon. So, syempre, bukod sa babasahin mo yon, iintindihin mo pa. So, ayan, kailangan talaga na matyaga ka magbasa.
Okay. Does your degree program have a home organization? And if yes, part ka ba nun? And how does it help you as a Pol Sci student?
Okay, so there are actually 4 organizations, four home orgs sa Pol Sci. So, una is the organization that I'm part in, which is the UP Association of Political Science Majors. Fun fact din, president ako of that organization. So, I'm really close to that organization. Paano ba, how does it help you or how does it help me as a student? Sa Pol Sci kasi, sometimes reading is just not enough. Kailangan may ka-discuss ka ng concepts. Kailangan mong i-check kung tama yung intindi mo by discussing it with your peers. And having an org really helps because it allows you to freely express kung ano yung thoughts mo, ano yung na-feel mo, or ano yung understanding mo dun sa readings. And para na rin ma-counter-check. So, may study dates kami, gano'n, na aralin namin yung PowerPoint or yung reading. So, ayan, parang nakakatulong ang org not just in amplifying your advocacies or providing an avenue for your passions, pero nakakatulong siya sa course mo itself for Pol Sci. So the other 3, meron pang 3 na home orgs. So the second one is UP Political Society. Then the third one is UP Politica. I'm sorry, hindi ko alam yung full name. Pero acronym lang yung Politica. Mahaba yung name yan. Then lastly is UP Sapol. Ayan. So those are the 4 orgs.
Curious lang ako, bakit and paano ganun karami yung home orgs ng Polsci? Parang di naman ganun karami students ng Polsci.
Well, kung ikukumpara sa ibang courses outside CSSP, hindi rin ganun karami yung Polsci. Pero within CSSP, isa siya sa largest. Isa siya sa largest na population. Kung bakit maraming orgs, I think kailangan natin tignan yung history, and hindi long enough yung stay ko para masabi yon. Pero
okay.
Tawag doon, it's one thing to look at. 'Di ba, Pol-Sci students kami. So probably, 'di ba, yung presence ng organizations na yan should give us a clue about something.
Okay. So what makes your degree program unique from other similar programs, especially sa CSSP? Like, how is it different from, let's say, philosophy or history or similar programs dun sa department niya?
So, with other similar courses, I think Pol-Sci is really intertwined. Kaya siya CSSP, social sciences. Nakaano talaga siya. Parang related talaga siya sa sociology, philosophy, other courses. Kasi parang siya hindi lang siya one aspect ang Pol-Sci, multifaceted siya. So nagbaborrow siya ng theories or ideas or applications sa iba't ibang courses or subjects. Pero what makes it unique, I think it's both very concrete and very theoretical at the same time. So very concrete, nakikita natin siya or na-exercise natin siya sa everyday lives natin ng politics. Like, tingnan mo na sa balita, pwede ka na makakuha ng assumptions or makakaroon ka ng insights sa political news. Pero it's also very theoretical na pwede nating i-examine yung yung country natin or our everyday life na personal lang on an individual level. Like, is this action, 'di ba, parang may saying, I think, sa Twitter or social media, parang maraming nagsasabi na everything is political, ganun. So, it's very ingrained in our lives na concrete siya, pero theoretical din siya na it's so grand and difficult to process.
For my next question, we all know na Pol-Sci is actually one of the more common degree programs here in the Philippines. Like, almost all universities or colleges offer it. So what do you think is the edge of UPD's Pol-Sci compared to other universities?
Okay, so I think the first, yung una kong i-raise doon is UP Diliman Political Science is the only one with the CHED certification. It's called the Center of Excellence. So, ayan, from that pa lang, di ba, parang mabigat na pakinggan. Pero aside from that, parang kasi, yung sa ibang, from what I hear, yung ibang Pol-Sci from other universities, they're really technical about the things, like kailangan memorize mo yung consti or memorize mo yung definitions na ganito. Alam mo yung process ng making the laws and public policies pag dumaan sa Senate, etc. Pinag-aaralan din naman namin yun sa UPD. Pero I think less siya sa ganong aspect and more, mas ready siya or mas open siya for the theoretical discussions, like what is the difference between this political ideology and this, na hindi naman sa parang nagmamaliit ng ibang universities na hindi masyadong nagta-touch doon, pero it's parang mas essential siya kasi pag ang nagiging discussion is about theories and not just the process or the concrete or yung concrete na processes kung paano nangyayari yung art of government, mas nakaka-relate yung ordinary tao doon. Kahit na mahirap intindihin yung theory, mas mafe-feel nila na pwede silang maka-discuss doon kesa yung puro politics na in the sense, yung political science na in the sense of politics as art of government yung pag-uusapan, na baka isipin nila, ay, hindi naman ako politiko or hindi naman ako wala naman akong balak mag-run for public office. So, mas nakaka-engage siya pag ganun yung gusto na, yung ganung way natin siyang titignan.
Mm. Ako for me, add ko lang, parang feel ko magandang environment yung UPD for pol sci kasi it's very open and actually very historical din yung UP. Like maraming mga, let's say, political na nangyari sa UP from martial law up until now. And I guess that's one of the edge talaga ng UP na it's a very open-minded university. Okay, so how do you apply your degree program in your day-to-day life? Sa mga passion projects mo or mga advocacies mo? How do you apply what you learn in pol sci?
Okay, so I think with pol sci, isa sa, I think, debates, I think you can call it a debate, di ba? There are people that are saying na political scientists or those who study politics should be neutral, in the sense na wala silang kikilingan or yung wala silang bias dapat. And there are other people saying na you can't completely remove bias because choosing the topic, choosing what subject to cover or study is already mayroon ng maliliit na hints ng bias doon. So, paano siya na-apply in everyday life? Yun nga, I'm part of an org. So, we criticize or we study political events and make our comments or stands about particular issues. So, for example, yung mga stands na no to GP phase out, no to extrajudicial killings, those are things na we try to take the discussion to a deeper level, not just, we don't just make stands out of nothing. We take a comparative approach to see kung paano siya nag-a-apply sa ibang countries or sa ibang contexts. Tapos, ano yung most ideal na stand or positions para maprotektahan yung ordinary Filipinos, ganun.
Okay. So for my next question, ano yung common misconceptions that people have about pol sci and I guess CSSP na rin as a whole?
Sorry, medyo nag-choppy, pero the question was, what are the misconceptions about pol sci?
Yep.
Okay.
About pol sci.
So, pol sci, I think the number one, di ata to madidispute. The number one misconception about pol sci, it's a pre-law course. So, hindi naman siya mali kasi marami talagang pol sci students na pumapasok or nag-enter ng pol sci thinking na they want to go into law. And one of the first things that professors will ask you in your first day is, sino dito yung nag-enter or nag-take ng pol sci kasi gusto nila mag-law. And marami talaga yung mag-raise ng hands nila. And our profs wants us to realize na pol sci is more than just a pre-law. Hindi dapat siya nakaka-own doon kasi it's an entirely different discipline on its own. It can stand on its own. So, hindi naman porket nag-pol sci ka, dapat magiging abogado ka agad or gusto mo agad mag-law. There are people who want to study pol sci to become a political analyst or political scientist. So, magti-take sila ng higher pol sci, higher further studies pala, ganun, masteral, doctorate. So, ang example nun ng commitment ng department namin to realizing that is meron siyang ino-offer na honors program. So, BAMA or what we usually call BAMA. The BAMA program, ina-offer siya sa students that want to study or become part of the academe. So, as early as third year, may tinitake ka ng mga masteral subjects. So, maraming babasahin talaga doon. So, ayun nga, hindi lang basta pre-law ang pol sci. It's complicated na sa sarili niya. And as soon as the sooner that students realize na hindi lang siya, you're not just taking pol sci para lang may advantage ka or may idea ka na sa law na classes mo, the much earlier nilang ma-appreciate yung mga naaaral nila sa pol sci.
Mm-mm. Any other misconceptions that you want to debunk?
Okay, so isa doon is yung pol sci, di ba? Yung side the science. So, natatandaan ko nung freshie ako, merong parang orientation. Then, maraming nagulat nung sinabi, pol sci has dalawang math. So, math 20 and math 21. So, parang may parang ang general atmosphere di sa room is, hala, kaya nga ako nag-pol sci kasi ayaw ko mag-math. Pero, di ba parang what you have to realize is pol sci is not just reading theories, di ba? Meron siyang empirical side din na kailangan mong gumamit ng statistical methods, and you need at least a good understanding of math to do those methods sa iyong research classes. Ayan.
Okay. So you've talked about pol sci as a pre-law. Besides law, ano yung career paths that are available to pol sci graduates?
Well, na-mention ko na rin, aside from law, is yung sa academe. So, pwede kang magturo using pol sci. And aside from that, pwede rin yung sa government. Like, there are different pol sci orgs na they have these events na they invite people who had pol sci as their course, and para siyang career events para mapakita ko ano yung iba't ibang pwedeng maging trabaho ng pol sci students. And meron doon mga nagtatrabaho sa government. Tapos meron doon hindi naman nagiging part ng political parties, pero parang nagiging advisors kasi 'di ba they have a good grasp of how to approach a certain political issue. So makakapag-advise sila sa candidates or people aspiring to run on how to act based on what they studied. And ayan, yun yung mga iba't ibang pwede sa pol sci.
Okay, so last question na tayo. What's your advice to young people who want to pursue this degree program, pol sci?
Okay, so I think yun na yung una kong advice kanina, na kailangan matyaga ka sa pagbabasa. Kasi ayun, it's really important to take your time into your readings, na hindi mo lang siya babasahin for the sake na mabasa or na masagot yung tanong ng profs mo. Important siya kasi parang connected siya. Yung concepts na matututunan mo sa first year, lalo na sa first year kasi yun yung foundation mo. Pag hindi solid yung understanding mo doon, baka pagdating ng higher years, binalikan yung tanong or may concept na related to that, hindi mo siya masagot confidently or properly kasi binasa mo lang siya just for the sake of doing it. So, importante pa rin talaga na kahit in your own words, kahit hindi specific na ganun yung paano siya sinabi sa libro, ganun mo siya matatandaan. Kailangan may sarili kang flavor sa naiintindihan mo, or you can try to make up different questions. Pag may hindi ka naintindihan, you can create questions for yourself na malay mo, the more you read or the more you explore, masasagot mo siya or magkakaroon ka ng bagong question. So, napapalalim yung understanding mo through that. So, another advice siguro is to just understand or appreciate pol sci as it is. Kasi ang pol sci ay very integral sa panahon natin ngayon. I think kahit kahit ibang countries, importante ang pol sci, hindi lang sa Pilipinas yon. Hindi lang din tuwing may democratic backsliding or may mga coup d'etat or something. Hindi lang tuwing may ganong big or grand political events. Hindi lang tuwing election, importante ang pol sci. Importante siya sa ating everyday lives, na even in the small groups na pag-uusapan natin with our friends, may people will argue, or kami, political science students will argue na there's some sort of politics going in there if we define politics as power. So, hindi lang siya basta bagay na pwedeng isantabi kasi hindi naman ako interesado sa politics or ganon. Hindi siya ano, kahit gusto nating takbuhan siya, nandun pa rin siya eh. Wala tayong magagawa. So, having an understanding of politics or political science is really important. Ayan.
So, where can they find out more about UPD's Pol-Sci program? Like mga websites or pages ng orgs, I guess?
Okay, so the best way to get more information is to access the website of the UPD Political Science Department. Pero ayun, yung mga orgs din naman, they conduct different activities, not just on paano mag-apply sa Pol-Sci or anong laman ng Pol-Sci, pero different applications din ng Pol-Sci. So you can check out their pages din for different political takes or such. Yan.
Okay. So for this part, plug your social media platforms or mga passion projects mo or advocacies that you want to share with our audience.
Okay, so for my Facebook, wow, influencer. For my Facebook, it's just Hadrian Bucsit. So, ayan, I share funny memes, political memes minsan. Then, Twitter, baka mag-private ako bigla. So, wag na lang yun. Pero invite ko kayo na i-share, mag-like and share yung aming page sa org namin. Kasi, ayan, we are views nyo or yung pag-check nyo sa page namin kasi it really helps build our page. And so UP Association of Political Science Majors for Facebook and for Twitter UPAPSM.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kuya Haids. And ayun pala sa audience natin, please register to vote. Practice your political right to democracy. So that's it, I guess, for our episode of Course UnPacked. Thank you so much, Kuya Haids, for guesting today. And if sa audience natin, if you want to see other degree programs that you haven't tackled yet from different universities, comment it down below. And if you have more questions about Pol-Sci, you may also comment it down below. So that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching and see you next episode. Bye-bye.